Hello there, and welcome to some Mount and Blade Bannerlord. Finally, it is nearly upon us. I've been lucky enough to get a hold of a beta key thanks to CA, who put me in touch with one of the Tail Worlds guys, who gave me a beta key and 5 extra beta keys to give away to you good people. I asked him for just 1 beta key to do a little giveaway, and he gave me 5 keys, so that's pretty awesome of him. We gave them away on stream the other day, so lots of happy people got themselves into the Bannerlord Beta. And sorry if just now it sounded like I was going to give away more keys the way I worded that. I do apologise if I just crushed all your hopes and dreams. Maybe in the future I'll be able to get some more keys and do some more giveaways, so do keep your eyes out. But for now, the beta is closed and they have no plans to open it, so it will be just your luck of the draw to get in if you come across some way to acquire a code. But for now, it's just a multiplayer beta anyway, it's not single player, so I'm going to show you a little bit of Captain mode today, which is a 6v6 PvP game mode, but everyone comes with their own unit as well, which they can choose, so it's kind of similar to Total War Arena or Conqueror's Blade if you've played either of those. So yeah, we're going to play some Captain mode. I'll talk about the beta, my experience with it, whether it's any good, how it's looking, what I think, and we'll go from there. Let's get cracking. First of all, let me explain how Captain mode works. So, there will be a map. It's a fairly small map, and there will be 2 teams on that map at either end of it, comprised of 6 players, each with their own unit. So, 12 units fighting out potentially, as well as the 12 players. And across the map, there will be 3 flags, A, B, and C. These are connected to your team morale bar, which, if depleted, will result in your team fleeing the battlefield. After a time, 2 of these flags will disappear, leaving only 1 for everyone to fight over, and morale will be affected by who captured the 2 flags that disappeared, as well as the one that's left, or you can win by killing the entirety of the enemy team. So that's a rough idea of how it works, so you get an idea of what you're going to be looking at when it's going on and I'm explaining things, otherwise you probably have no clue what the hell is happening. Now when it comes to a fight, a faction will be chosen at random for you and your enemies to play, so you don't get any choice at the moment, but then you'll be presented with all the units that you can choose, and these units have different loadouts, have different stats, have different weapons, different skills. So you've got your melee infantry for killing things up close, you've got your missile units for killing things from range, and then you've got your cavalry for, of course, your mobile flanking option potentially. Now, at the moment in the beta, there is test perk, which says please ignore at the moment, so not really sure what's going to happen with that. But you can adjust your loadout, so I could have improved armor for these Huskars, I could give them throwing axes instead, or a better sword. And you can see the loadout has changed there, so you can choose what you want. It may depend on what faction you're facing, something might be better than other things, or depending on your certain playstyle, something may be preferred for you. And there are 6 factions in the game, each with their own strengths and weaknesses to their armies. So some might have better cavalry, better infantry, some may be the king of missiles, or they may be a little bit weak in certain areas. So whichever one you choose is who you will play as and who the rest of your unit will be. And of course, not all units are created equal. Some melee infantries are better than others. What they've done to balance it out is to give better units less men in their unit. So a strong unit may only have 10 or 12 men in it, while a weaker one has 20. So you could bring the super strong cavalry, which only has 9 men in it, or you could bring the weaker one, which has 15, for example. Now here, this is just a warm-up to Captain mode before a game begins, and as you can see from this, there's a little bit of a cavalry meta at the moment. Cavalry is pretty strong and can be difficult to stop, especially some of the tougher ones, but of course this is a beta. Do remember that everything you see in this video is in beta, maybe subject to change, it may not be great, there's still certainly some balancing work to do, there's definitely work on hit registration to do as well, but overall, to be honest, it's a pretty good experience. I don't have many complaints other than the balancing and the hit registration, but of course, it's beta, those things will be addressed as time goes on, I'm sure. So what I'm going to show you is a few stronger rounds, more exciting rounds from different Captain mode games, so that you can see a few different factions, and because it's a little bit more exciting to watch, because occasionally you might have a little bit of a boring round where you don't see anyone or you get killed really quickly. So yeah, let's get into these rounds. So we'll begin with this matchup, Sturgia versus Asurai. So Sturgia are kind of like your Vikings, your Nords basically. We got some strong infantry, our missile section is a little bit weak, and we've got okay cavalry, so we're good in the melee, but we definitely need some support from those missiles and cavalry if possible. Now, if you look in the top left, you'll see all the pictures of the players on my team, and a little symbol next to their picture showing what unit they've picked. So there's a couple of units of cavalry, 1 unit of missiles, 1 spears, and I can't see the other one. So I've chosen Huskars to bring a little bit more melee fighting power to the field. We're pretty tanky, we've got a big shield, we've got lots of armor on, we've got a spear so we can deal with cavalry a little bit, and an axe so we can deal with infantry. But looks like most of our team is going down here, so we shall follow them. Want to try and stick together a little bit. There is kind of a loose rock, paper, scissors thing going on, just like in Total War, kinda. So if you're a lone archer unit just running around by yourself and an enemy unit of cavalry comes after you and discovers you, well, you're probably fucking dead. Because there's not a great deal that archers can do against cavalry other than maybe try to line up and shoot them before they get to them. Unless you're one of the super heavy archers. Some factions have much better archers with lots of armor, they have a good melee weapon, and they're an archer, so they got it all going on, but that's for certain factions. So yeah, there certainly are variables, but it definitely helps to have a unit of spears nearby if you're a lone unit of archers, for example. So we're heading towards the center here, towards point B in the middle of the map. We've got point B currently, but the enemy has C, and it looks like they're taking A as well. Nice positioning from my ally here with his archers, raining down on that enemy unit there. And it looks like they're coming up to get the archers, so I'll put my boys in the way to help protect the archers. And let's get stuck into them myself. Only did 5 damage. This guy's all up in my face. I need my axe. There's one down. Oh. The AI is pretty relentless, so you do have to be careful. Just like in Warband. My boys took care of that unit very quickly. Nice. A little bit of cavalry help as well. So a nice strong bit of teamwork there. The enemy still has all the flags though, so we really need to get capturing the flags. Hold on, is this a... That's a human player there, I think, because he's jumping up the rocks. I don't think AI do that too much. I want him. I want his soul. Oh, got to watch out for the cavalry. That's one of the stronger cavalries. Just not one of my boys in the floor. Let's try and get him. Oh, just hit one of my own cavalry. Whoops. Good old friendly fire. So there is friendly fire. You do have to be careful where you swing your weapon. And in a Mordhau fashion, you want to go for just those overheads and stabs primarily when you're in a crowd. Otherwise, you will be conking your team in the back of the head. Now, our team has lost a lot of morale. You can see 2 flags have disappeared. It's only B that's available now, so we need to hold it. If you look at the top, that little starry bar, that's our morale. Ours is pretty low because we lost pretty much all the flags just then. But now we've got B. I'm going to put my boys in a circle formation, and they can try and defend it a little bit. Try and get some kills on these cavalry that are inevitably going to charge in and try and stab them. Got a nice stab there. Someone else coming in, defending them. So yeah, you do have to be very wary of cavalry when you're out in the open like this, because they just come from anywhere and everywhere. Here's a boy, he's mine, he's mine, he's mine. Oh, apparently that was not a hit somehow. There's that dodgy hit registration coming into play, which does make life very difficult against cavalry. But if you can't beat them, join them. If you find a random horse on the battlefield, you are free to take it. And AI sometimes do the same thing as well, which is kind of cool. If they see a weapon on the floor that they like the look of, they'll pick it up and use it. If they see a shield, if they lost their shield and they need a new one, they'll pick up a shield from the battlefield and make use of it, which is a pretty cool thing. Let's see if we can get some cavalry work done. Oh, not a good start there. So, it looks like we've taken out a lot of their troops. Our morale is going up now. Just got to try and pick up the rest of the boys. See if I can get one of these. Oh, it's hard to tell sometimes whether you're just missing or whether it is dodgy hit registration. Got a hit there, and another one there. This guy taking some damage. He's got a beefy armoured horse though. See if we can finish him off. Get him with the old axe. Missed him. Oh, his horse got killed. He is proper fucked. I'll claim his soul myself. So his horse got shot by an arrow and died. So he fell off his horse and he fell right in front of my boys. And they were about to swiftly end him, but I decided to take his head for myself. As well as a kidney stab on that Mamluk. That's one of those stronger cavalries. A bit of blood for the blood god. Can't be too much left. We're diminishing their morale. Oh, another one. Getting some work done with this spear on horse. My boys are still valiantly defending B. The morale is now shifting in our favour. And if you look in the top right, you can see skulls next to the little pictures of the players. I think that means they're either completely dead or mostly dead. Their unit's pretty much gone. And your kills and deaths in this game mode work by you and your unit as well. So if your unit gets kills, that counts towards your kill count. So if your unit kills 50 men, you got 50 kills. But if those men die, those deaths also count as well. So if you lose 20 guys in a fight, that's 20 deaths. So it adds up not only your personal kills, but your unit's kills as well. So you can really tell when someone's playing badly if they've got like 7 unit kills and 59 deaths, right? Because they're just wasting their units somehow. They're not getting any work done. They're not killing anything. They're playing badly. Anywho, we won this round. We turned it around from our low morale. So a strong victory in this one. Now we're going to play as the Empire. Unfortunately, there is no Karl Franz or Demigriffs, so it's not that kind of Empire. And we're facing Britannia, who are a bit more of a savage faction. So the Empire are kind of more like a bit of a well-organized Rome kind of faction. And then Britannia is more like a Germanic tribe sort of deal. Lightly armored, but very aggressive. Now, this army seems like we've got 2 of everything. 2 melee troops, 2 missile troops, and 2 cavalry on this army. And I'm going to go with this little archer unit because it looks like they're going off by themselves, which is a bit silly. But he's going to need some protection, so we'll try and do that. Doesn't look like anyone else is coming along. They're all heading towards the center. Looks like they're going to go towards B. Now, me and this archer guy are going towards A. Now, I can see in the distance there, I don't know if you can see that, just a few men walking in the far, far distance next to that hill. I know that means they're going up on the hill over to the right. I'll show you in a second. Now, what we want to try and do is I'm going to try and flank round there and hope that we catch something unawares. See, there's some cavalry waiting at the top of that hill. The cavalry's rushed up there. We'll run inwards a bit to make it look like we're going to B. But really, I'm going to go right around the back of them and hit them with a heavy flank. I'm hoping we'll find some missile units. Missiles like to go up there. It's a nice high ground firing point. Let's see if the high ground really is worth it, or whether Obi-Wan was lying. Oh, here we go. We got some tasty, vulnerable archers. Get them, lads. Beautiful. This is just what we wanted. Perfect. There is going to be a little bit of cavalry around, or there is a whole unit of cavalry around, so we've got a little fight on our hands, but at least we're messing up some archers. Oh, if we can hit them anyway. Got a hit. Getting some cuts in. Oh, I am cutting everybody. Oh, you want to cut? You want to cut? Anybody else want to fucking cut? There you go, have one. I don't know why I'm just cutting everyone and not killing anybody. Come on. There you go, he's died. I didn't kill him, but someone did. Oh, another cut. I am the king of cuts. Oh, he's taking out my horse. I think that's a player, judging by the way he's swinging around. Just fucking get him. Come here, you bastard. Oh, I'm the king of cuts. Oh, he's cut me back. He's cut me back. He is fainting all over the gap. Fuck off. Fuck off. Oh, I've got no health now. I want to finish him, though. He can't be far away. Oh, I got it. Oh. I got him, but I got wiped out by one of his cavalry at the same time. I literally just got ran into by a horse, and that was enough to kill me because I had no health. So I'll take control of one of my other boys. Oh, nice stab there. So once you die, you can take over control of somebody else in your unit, so you can keep playing all the time until your unit is completely wiped out. So that's a nice feature, otherwise we'd be doing a lot of spectating. But this boy is pretty much dead on health as well, so I have to be very careful. Let's get a horse. I'm running slowly. I think that means I've been shot in the leg, which is a thing as well. If you get an arrow to the knee, you will be running slowly, which is another pretty cool feature. Got a kill there. Oh, that guy got wiped out. Some arrows coming in. So it looks like we pushed well. We got most of them around. Oh. I just turned around and got wiped out by an arrow. Oh, dear. That was a brutal finish. Okay, this is my last boy. You can see on the right above my health, there's a little figure with a 1 next to it. That's how many men are left in my unit, and I am the only one. So, got to be careful. Don't have great health on this guy either. We'll see if we can do something though. Let's see if we can kill one of these. I'm being slowed down for some reason. Oh, come on. There we go. Stab to the back of the head. Only did 10 damage. What? It does tell you in the bottom left. You can see it tells you where you hit the enemy, how fast you were going, how much damage you did. Whoa, that is 2 units of archers there. And given that me and both my horse have no health, it would be a terrible idea to engage them. So, let's do it. Life is nothing without a little bit of Leroy Jenkins. Oh, let's take someone with me. Oh, shit, my horse. No. Oh, gosh. Murdered by archers. The worst, most embarrassing way to go. Same for that guy. Oh, it looks like we've still got some boys left. This is the rest of my team. Some spears there. Yeah, we're doing alright. A lot of their team is dead. The morale is heavily in our favour. We've got A locked down. We should have this one. Just a couple of archer units coming in. They're about to be engaged in melee, though. That is going to be probably bad news for them. And the AI overall in the game is pretty good. Cavalry especially seems really good at its job. It runs around and just picks out a person and then just stabs them down like that and then just runs off again. So it's pretty good and turns around, goes again. They're pretty accurate as well. They very often will be the ones taking you out. So this was a good round for us. We had that nice flank that paid off. And that's part of the beauty of the tactics and stuff that you can pull off in this game. You can work together with other people. You can try cheeky flanking by yourself. I've had plenty of flanks on archers which have worked out a treat. Or sometimes I have cavalry come and save those archers and they'll wipe me out. So it's a risky game. Got to be careful. It comes to getting to know the units as well. Knowing to know when your cavalry can beat another cavalry easily or not so easily. And sometimes you do just get everyone converging on one point and there's just a massive battle going on and it gets pretty crazy. Much like the campaign would, because you get so many more troops in campaign, of course. But Captain Mode is definitely a hell of a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it thoroughly, so looking forward to playing this in the final game and with more maps and polish and everything else. But there we go. We won that one. I like to think I did my part there with my little cavalry flank, and the rest of my team finished the job. And for one more, this time as Vlandia facing Britannia. We're getting some pre-battle stuttering, which often happens at the start in the beta. There we go, we're cleared up. Okay, so Vlandia, a bit more of a well-rounded faction. Got some strong cavalry. They've got crossbowmen instead of archers. And I've chosen the Sergeant's unit, which is kind of a tanky, good all-rounder melee class. I've got a spear to deal with cavalry. I've got a sword, shield, good armor. So I'm a bit of a heavy. And this is the same map we were on earlier, the desert map. There's only 2 maps in captain mode at the moment. But we're on the other side of it, and we're going to head towards B. I think A is over there where we were earlier. So we're going to approach B cautiously. Don't want to get gunned down by archers waiting somewhere, so we will be careful. I'm going to put my boys behind this building, actually. I'll tell them to wait there while I go and explore and see who's around. And then if it's safe for them to come out, we shall. Oh, there's some arrows flying overhead. I think there's somebody over there. Somebody behind the building. Here we go. Some boys coming this way. So there's some arrows coming in. So what do we got? We've got some archers back there, I think. And then this guy, is this all mine? Oh no, his unit's here as well. So he's hiding his unit behind the building as well. He's just called his unit to battle. I'll do the same, and we shall make a push. Not sure who else is around. Got to get this flag. There's some enemies there. Let's form up. Form a line, lads. Now my allies unit is a little bit more offensive than mine. They've got a 2-handed poleaxe type thing, so they're a little bit better at putting out damage, and my unit's a bit more defensive. Am I not hitting anyone? Let's get my boys involved. Oh, getting them. Oh, it's getting a bit crazy. My boys have all charged in. I think that unit is well and truly dead. Let's take B. We've got 10 seconds to take B. This will help our morale that little bit more. We've already got 2 of the flags, so we should dominate this one. We're going to get it in time. Oh, 1 second left, and we took it. So now, there's only the C flag left. We've got a good bit of morale, as they didn't get any flags. Something going on around here. I want to have a look. There's cavalry in my face. Get in the line. Can't see. C is up there somewhere. Looks like there's some of our boys up there. There's some enemy boys over there. Let's go and get involved with them. Oh, wait. We've got some enemies over here. Let's go and help these guys out. Charge, lads. Gonna get a rear flank. There's some cavalry helping out. I think it's only archers of some kind. Oh, they got thoroughly destroyed. They did not last long. Truth be told, Britannia as a faction seems to be one of the weaker ones at the moment. Their units just can't seem to compete with some of the tougher factions. So again, just those balancing issues to be ironed out over time. Okay, let's push up to C. Try to capture it. The enemy has it at the moment. So they are gaining morale back. And we can't allow that. We do not want the enemy to be alive. But looking at how many of the enemy players are dead, I don't think they've got much hope. Let's go and see what the hell's going on. Bit of cavalry up here. Now there's a spear unit by the point. We shall go and sort them out. Line up, lads, quickly. God, they're slow. Come on, boys. Chop, chop. They're forming up. Here we go. Oh, this is the player, I think, coming after us. You fucker. Oh, how are these not hitting him? God damn it. Get him, lads. Oh, got one there. One in the back of the head. More blood. Oh, overhead, overhead. There we go. Trying to hit my own team. I'm cutting these Oathbound down. I'm bonking them on the head. And that is the end of them. There we go. Last one goes down. Truth be told, that unit, the Oathbound, they look like they should be really strong and awesome, but they're just not. They just seem to die really easily. I was playing them the other day and I lost to archers. I engaged a unit of archers in melee and they won. It's ridiculous. It was one of the tougher units of archers, but still. The Oathbound look like they should kick some ass, but they just don't. Anyway, this battle seems to be over. Most of the enemies and their units seem to be dead. It looks like people are going over there for something, so we'll let them go and finish it off. But there we go. There's been some Mount and Blade Bannerlord Captain Mode gameplay for you. And while this is my first Bannerlord video, I feel there may be many, many more. It could become a big part of the channel. It's a good fit for the channel. A lot of people in my community are very excited for it, so you could be seeing a lot more of it. And I think a lot of people that are already fans of this channel will enjoy it themselves. It's basically third-person Total War, for the most part. And of course, many of you have come from playing Mount and Blade Warband, so you know all about it. And with the death of these archers, we shall call it a day. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the future.